forgotten mount, we see the end in starlight's glow. We know the Father's final step is where we cannot go. We are the tool that fades away when the labor's finally done. But the earth will be united underneath a single sun. The roar of thunder, the golden glint of the guard spear. One planet, one ruler, the great path begins. Victory, we're burning on the crest. We thought the world was silent, the tyrants put to rest. But as we raised our broken cups to toast the coming day, a newborn son of polished gold was marching through the gray. No brotherhood within their eyes, no scars upon their plate. The new legions descended like the silent hand of fate. They did not come to join the feast or share the victor's pride. They came to bury every storm that fought by Father's side. The thunder roared one final time against the crushing war, as chain-forged brothers turned to ghosts at the master's core. Then he stepped out from the ranks, the first blade of the king, to hear the dying anthem that the broken warriors sing. Out from the smoke and rubble, drenched in blood and scars, our captain rose to meet him beneath the fading stars. The titan of the old world, unstable and depraved, facing the golden mirror of the future he had It was the hammer against the spear, the beast against the law. The captain swung with primal rage to strike without a flaw. We gave him terror, we paved his path with bone. Is this the coin he pays us with to fortify his throne? But the first blade did not answer. He moved like liquid light, a dancer in the carnage, a phantom of the night. He parried every tectonic blow with cold